Forged by the strike of his sword and safeguarded by the sacrifices of his heirs. After Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj, Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj bore that weight, surrounded by enemies, fighting to keep Swarajya alive. He created a new voice, the Pratinidhi. To this post rose Parshuram Trambak Pant, the very first Pant Pratinidhi, a family chosen to speak with the king's voice, to guard his oaths, and to carry the faith of his people. They were the king's own shadow, his seal, his power, his will. At Panthala, Parshuram Pant proved his loyalty in the fire of battle. His sword spoke where words could not. His courage was unbroken, his devotion unshaken, and for that loyalty he was entrusted with 35 forts, 16 villages, and the destiny of the people. Thus was born the Sansthan of Aundh, not conquered, but entrusted. It was a symbol of faith, a mark of responsibility, and the beginning of the Pant Pratinidhis. The Pant Pratinidhis carried this legacy forward with honor. They stood as trusted pillars of the Maratha Samrajya, but their vision reached beyond the battlefield and the court. In Aundh, they were remembered for their care of the people, for believing in progress, for encouraging innovation, and for placing education at the heart of their rule. Their reign gave the state stability, their guidance gave the people direction, and their belief in knowledge gave Aundh its future. From its earliest days, Aundh was more than a principality. It was a royal patronage, a cradle for art, innovation, culture, and for ideas that looked beyond their time. Among the landmarks that defined this land, none was greater than the temple of goddess Yamai. Perched on the hilltop, the shrine watched over the Sansthan as its eternal guardian. For the Pant Pratinidhis, she was not only their Kuldevi, but the spirit that bound ruler and people together. In 1729, the duty was tested again when Srinivas Parshuram Pant Pratinidhi faced the rebellion of Senapati Udaiji Chavan. The uprising threatened the stability of the Maratha throne itself. With strategy and resolve, Srinivas Pant crushed the revolt and restored order, proving that the entrusted Sansthan was also capable of defending the honor of Swarajya. Decades turned into centuries, but the spirit endured. By the mid-19th century, Aundh was again looking forward. In 1848, the state established one of the first commercial banks in India, a bold move that showed it was willing to think ahead of its time. By the 1850s, primary schools were already functioning, at a time when education was still a privilege of the few. Here, it was made the right of many. In 1869, inscriptions recorded the repair of fort walls at goddess Yamai's temple, evidence that heritage was safeguarded alongside new reforms. The closing years of the 19th century brought transformation under Srimant Bada Sahib Pant Pratinidhi. In 1897, debts were cleared. Festival expenses were reduced. Out of the 6,000 rupees saved, Bada Sahib chose not splendor but service. He laid the foundation for a school, and a year later, Sri Yamai Srinivas Vidyalaya opened its doors. Education made free, compulsory, and open to every child, with hostels for the poor. 2 years later, its plaque was installed. And in 1913, it was recognized by the University of Mumbai within its classrooms. Technical education, agriculture, and the use of Swadeshi goods were encouraged. Students also practiced Madhukari, each contributing a small share so that even the poorest amongst them could be supported. Physical health was inseparable from study, and Surya Namaskar was made compulsory for all. This earned international recognition as a discipline of body and mind. From these halls emerged voices that shaped the nation. Sane Guruji, poet G.D. Margulkar, barrister Appa Sahib Pant, industrialist Shantanu Rao Kirloskar, Shankar Rao Kharat, and Dr. K.N. Batre. From literature to politics, from industry to education, they carried the values of this small town into the story of modern India. Education in Bala Sahib's vision was never limited to books. In 1917, he established the Trimbak Kala Bhavan, where painting, sculpture, wood carving, weaving, and pottery were taught with equal seriousness to literature and science. He even looked across borders through a correspondence exchange, one of the first in India. Students here connected with schools in Britain and America, carrying ideas from this small state to classrooms abroad. The spirit of innovation spread further. In 1932, Aund became the birthplace of India's first riding school. And in 1938, the Bhavani Museum opened its doors as one of the first modern art museums in the country. It includes paintings of Raja Ravi Verma, Bala Sahib Maharaj Pant Pratinidhi, images of Shiva's Tandav, bronze